There are three really good ways to remove grass from your track. The first way is starting with these no stadium base maps. I have a link to these maps in the description, so we'll go into the void folder. You can download these and explore everything. They have different bases, so some are void, some have water, or like they have different times of day, or you can have grass but without the stadium. But in this case, we're most interested in just building something that's in the sky. So if you move to the side, you'll see that you still have these like little wall borders here, but that's beneath where you can build. So basically go up a little bit and in the middle of this and you build your track right here, and then it looks like you're in the sky and you can't see anything from the track, but you might see like a little of this from the loading screen. The second way to remove grass from the stadium is the ground remover block, and I have a link to this block in the description. It's in folder 13.12351, and I have a bunch of other items here, but it's just called ground remover. So you click on it and then you just place it anywhere you want. And it's a block that essentially removes the ground from wherever you place it. The third way of removing grass from the stadium is a little more fun because you can do any shape you want. So we're gonna start with block 1122 and just place it on the stadium grass. And then we're gonna go to create new custom block and select our block here. And then G11 empty, click on the plus here, and it might have a different letter depending on what block you use, I'm not sure. So click on a geometry layer, click this trash can to delete it, and we'll do that for both layers. So that basically deletes all the geometry and just leaves the clips. So then we'll save it, and you can name it if you want, and we'll go back. And now if we place this block on the grass, it actually removes the grass in the shape of the block, and it leaves the clips here. So if I was gonna go drive into this, for example, the grass isn't there, but the clips are here. So you can run into the clips, but if I was just gonna drive into the grass, you just fall through to the abyss. So the next thing we wanna do is remove these clips. So we're gonna use block 1114, and we'll place it on the grass right here. So basically if you place two blocks together, it removes the clips in between the blocks. And so now that we place it here, we want to create new item from custom block, and we'll delete the geometry layers again. So go back in, delete the geometry layers, and save it. And now we can delete that block and place our new block. So now we have block 5, and that removes the clips. So the next thing we want to do is actually place some road down here. So let's say, for example, our track looked like this. We were on the road, and then we go down beneath the stadium, and you can, if you use ghost block mode, that's going to let you build underneath the stadium. So let's say our track went like this. It's going to look a little weird when we're down here because you can see up through the stadium floor. So the solution to that is to build walls. So we're going to use the mesh modeler to build some walls. So we'll take this block that's in the shape we want, and we'll just put it on the stadium grass over here. And then we're going to go to item mode, and we'll go to new item from selected block, and let's select this block, go into the mesh, and basically right here, this black part is what we want. So delete the collisions layer and then go into the geometry layer, and if you double click on this, we basically want just these pieces of the block to build the wall out of. So we're going to select all of these. So you can click in the middle and then hold control and move your mouse over the rest of them, and that should highlight the ones that we want. So we'll go around, and then this is actually a different grouping, so we'll come back to that. So we'll just hit copy selection and create a new geometry layer, and then we'll say paste selection, and we'll paste it at 0, and then we want to make sure to delete this cube. So if I was gonna like hide the first layer, you'll see this one's pasted here. So now we want to go get the other wall. So we'll go back to the first geometry layer, and we're going to do the same thing on this side. So hold control, and when you click on it, and you can just keep highlighting the faces. There we go. And then we'll do copy. We'll go back to our other layer, click the settings gear, we'll paste at 0, and then we can just go and delete that first layer. So that leaves us just these two. And we'll go back in to edit this layer, hit Control A, and then we're going to change the tool step to 8 meters and click on Extrude Selection, and we'll just extrude upwards 8 meters to make our walls. And we'll just select all of it, click on the paint can, and we can make it whatever texture we want. So I'll just make a black wall here. So we'll go to Custom Concrete, Black, apply it to Selection, so that will give us some nice black walls. Hit Save. You can name the item whatever you want, and then in the placement parameters, we'll do 8, 32, 8 to make it easy to place, and then click on the icon and add the icon as well. Hit Save, and now this gives us some nice walls we can use. And I guess like if I'm in item mode, so we want to go to like free ground mode. Nope, that's actually going to be painful too. We'll go to free item mode, and we're just going to have to line this up and place it where we want. So maybe it would have been a good idea to make it taller, but let's see. So that might be lined up. So you do something like that. I won't be too careful with it. But yeah, that essentially lines it up perfectly. So you can have walls in your trench here. And we would need to make some flat walls using the same approach for those spots. But we'll go ahead and drive it so we can kind of like go down into this trench in the stadium. And then we have these walls here, and then we'll just like go back up into the stadium. So it would look nice if we finished off the rest of the walls, but hopefully this was helpful. Comment if you have any questions. Thanks for watching, and subscribe.